Hey folks, welcome back. Just sort of rolling in here on the ATV, and I tell you, it is one beautiful day out here. I'm out here with nothing more than a t-shirt and a little jacket, and well, I haven't really said that for the last several months because as you guys can see, we've been blanketed by all this white stuff here. So we are getting out from under winter here, and thank goodness. I've just about had enough of it. I know Canadians definitely enjoy their winter, and I'm one of those Canadians, but today I am not feeling it. I'm feeling spring, and that's exactly what the sun is bringing me, and so I'm quite happy about that. As I mentioned, just got out here at the sawmill. You guys can see here we've been making some dust recently, and well, we've been making some lumber and doing all kinds of stuff out here, and I'm looking forward to doing some more of that. But before I get there, I want to show you guys something that I think will really help you and maybe save you guys from, well, mowing down a few log stops. And if you've done that before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And let's clear off a little spot here on top of the log bunk, and I'm going to tell you guys about something. So I have hit a log stop or two, just like many of you guys have, and these things right here, these are the log stops, and you have a look at them. I got 3 here, and well, that one has a mark. This one's got a mark, and in fact, this one's got 2 marks. So I am not too proud to tell you guys that I've definitely hit these things, but I don't tend to hit them anymore, and there's a reason for that. I came across a little trick that I'm going to share with you guys, and probably you guys are saying in the back of your mind, well, just put the guard back on the saw and it'll be fine. You'll never hit it. And let me show you what that guard is, or it's this thing right here. You guys probably know what this is. I'll show you exactly what it is. If you head around to the front, it can't even tell where it goes. It goes in there, and then it sort of sits like this, like that. And I do tend to have that in there, but the truth of the matter is, from time to time, the log will have, you know, little inconsistencies, like maybe a little nubbin sticking out, or maybe it'll have a bit of a hook to it, and I'll end up bumping this thing. And what'll happen is it'll go from this position like that, and it'll go downwards like that. And sometimes I don't realize it is down in this position until it's too late. And then if you guys can imagine the log stop being right here, well, that's not doing too much. If it's over here, it's got to be right there. So that's the truth of the matter. I bump it out of the way sometimes, and well, I forget to put it back. So what was I getting at? Back to our little sit here, back to our little log stop talk. Some of you guys are probably going to say, well, just make them out of hardwood and get rid of the whole metal bit altogether. I've seen those work, and well, I could probably do that. But here's an even easier way to make it so you can still use the metal ones and not hit them. What I have done is, these are my log stops, and these have been around the block. I've been using these for over 3 years. Notice these little marks on them. They're kind of hard to see, but I have 3 lines on here, and those lines have the number 2, 3, and 4 on them. What that indicates to me is that when I have it positioned, let's loosen that off a bit. There we go. When I have it positioned, you guys get a good look there. See how the line, that top line down at the bottom, is in line with the top of that piece of steel right there? That tells me that from the top of the log bunk to the top of the log stop, that is 4 inches. I can drop it down further to the second line. That line has the number 3 on it. That tells me from the top of the log bunk to the top of the log stop is 3 inches. And likewise, I can do that at 2 inches. Top of the log bunk, top of the log stop is 2 inches. Why do I have that? What I do just before I start cutting, and you guys may have seen me do this before if you've seen me cutting wood around here, I take a quick look. I sort of glance at the left side here, and I look for the numbers. If I'm going to cut, I don't know, if I'm going to cut a 2-inch piece of wood, and I can see the number 4 or the number 3, well, guess what? I'm about to mow that thing down. So I double check to make sure that these are not set too high. The number just sort of gives me that reassurance that, yep, I've got it set low enough that I'm going to go right over top of it. So that's a little tip for you guys. I actually have it on every one of my log stops, and you guys can see here. So you'll notice right now it's not quite at the 4. Probably what I was doing with this log stop before I turned on the camera here, I was probably cutting 4-inch or higher material, and just by having that number 4 sort of hidden, I know for certain I'm going to go over top of it and not hit it. So likewise, same thing with that one. It's set for the same piece. So little tip for you guys. Hopefully that'll help you. There's nothing like seeing sparks to ruin your day, because when you see sparks, well, pretty much you just burned a blade. So having those numbers on there is just reassurance for me. Besides that, keep your guard in place and you'll probably not have that problem. Anyways, guys, appreciate you watching. Come on back next time. I'll be sawing and I hope to see you then.